YouTube Live, Martin Goldsmith.
Are you on D&D?
No. YouTube Live. Here we are. We are live on YouTube.
Live on the YouTube.
Live on Instagram and live on Facebook and now live on TikTok. Everywhere live.
Welcome to Riverside. It's Chris and Lee.
Yay!
Yay! How come it seems so foggy? Is your lens dirty?
Drinking. Have we been drinking?
No, I'm talking about the screen.
I mean, we could be drinking, and that could be the
Talking
problem.
about the screen.
About the screen.
All right, I want to talk about Greg Abbott.
Okay, tell me about Greg Abbott.
Do you know who Greg Abbott is?
Of course I do. Texas
Who's Greg Abbott?
governor.
Tell the people who Greg Abbott is.
Texas governor.
Tell us why he's in the news and it's huge right now.
Well, because he's saying that the United States is not doing their job in Texas.
He's not
has a
saying
responsibility. No, actually, he's signing shit.
He's doing it.
Yeah, he's doing shit.
Doing it.
And it's crazy what he's doing. It's absolutely crazy. So that's I'm actually pretty proud of him for doing that kind of stuff because it's such a strange situation we're in, man. Such a strange situation. I saw the rates come in today. 5.75 on
and
hours.
bye, all the followers.
Yeah,
see you guys later.
Dude, we don't even got one right now.
Bye.
Are we live? There's something wrong. Something's not right.
I don't know. Check it.
Check it now.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. So Greg Abbott, what he did is he signed in a bill that will allow police officers at their discretion to arrest someone that may be an illegal alien. That's the problem. So the good news
problem? That's a good thing.
May be an illegal alien. That means you. You may be an illegal alien if the officer thinks that you are and can arrest you. Now, that's the problem. The good thing is they're making an effort to hedge against immigration, to hedge against the costly things that come with someone coming to this country and the benefits that they receive. And the biggest issue is the wall's not done in Mexico, and the Rio Grande is a problem. It's always been a problem. It still is a problem when it comes to illegal immigration. But he's doing something.
Well,
he's doing something.
If you know anything about the policing world, you know that RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion. That's something that the police officers must present. What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Yeah. So
they're trained.
If you're speeding, if you have a broken tail light, if your tire's a little flat.
So they got a reason for a stop.
I happen to know they can pull you over right now in your current vehicle that's in the parking lot.
Why?
Because the broken brake light or brake light's out. And if you give them attitude and you get the wrong cop, you're going to jail, illegal alien.
Yeah, but I can be famous too. Have you seen these famous? Do you see these guys that go famous for getting pulled over by a bad cop?
Well, what's his name? The kid that shot those protesters that.
Kyle Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
It's Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
It's him.
That was crazy.
Yeah. He wasn't the right guy to throw in prison or jail or whatever the case is.
He's pretty rich right now. He's a
famous?
Rich little kid. He's famous.
He's like 20.
And he's still got an unbelievable amount of lawsuits going. It's not done. So sometimes when the cops come at you, as long as you don't do the wrong stuff in the process,
most of the time,
the system can actually help you and make you rich.
Most of the time.
Make you rich.
Well, I've never had a problem with a cop.
What? You're right.
Have you ever had a problem with a cop?
Yeah, a couple times.
What happened?
One time they pulled me over under suspicion of DUI.
What did you do?
I told them I only had 2 beers in the last 4 hours.
You told them you were drinking and driving?
Stupid.
That's why they messed with you?
Stupid. But it was true. The last 4 hours. So they made me blow, and I blow a .004. I think it's below all the legal limits.
They made you do what?
Breathalyzer. Yeah, the breathalyzer. Oh. And when I did that, I was like, and this was 25 years ago, and I did that, and they said .004, and the cop came back and he says, listen, I really want to take your license, but I can't because the law says I can't. And I was like, oh, wow. Holy smokes.
Those are some powerful words.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And he says, but you have some unpaid speeding tickets from, I don't know, a long time ago. And because of that, you're keeping your license, but we're exercising the bench warrant. And I went to jail that night.
Oh, good for you.
And I did. I went to jail that
Dude,
night.
that's like the 8th time you've been locked up.
I know.
Real quick, Jose Valdez wants to know, how far back do you need to show bank statements in California? So, Jose, bank statements, not a California thing. The guidelines are national. So every single state's going to ask you for bank statements. And if you're using bank statements to show that you have down payment, closing costs, or whatever it takes to get this home loan, it's the past 2 months. The past 2 months. Now that's going off of traditional financing, FHA, VA, conventional, Freddie, Fannie. That's what it's for. If you're talking about something specific, maybe that answer changes. But last 2 months.
So from viewership's going up fast.
Austin Revolution. Can you write some
what's
loans
up,
from
Papa?
jail? Can you leave? This guy gets bad boys. What's your thing, man?
Bad boys, what you gonna
He's
do?
always in jail. Can't actually. I've notarized in jail.
Yeah. Have you noticed in jail?
I've went to a jail
You
and
got to jail?
yeah, that's very cool.
Crazy.
What's up, Team
man. What's up,
Sanchez?
Team Sanchez? Great to see you guys. So yeah, the other catch is he's talking about bank statements. Unless you're going with a full bank statement program.
Different.
If you're going with a full bank statement program, I'll need 12 months on the good side, 24 months on the bad side. So one of those 2 months or 12 months. My agent partner got a DUI and has 3 closed homes from visiting jail. Dude,
Wait.
Austin,
So
you
your
badass,
partner
man.
got a DUI and has 3 closed loans from visiting. So he went to jail and got leads.
Respect, man. That's how you do it. You're like, hey, you know what? Make lemonade. I can get 3 sales inside the jail. Dude, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
You need to
talk
get
about
arrested.
Greg Abbott.
You need to get arrested.
Check this. Did you know Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair?
Did you know you need to get arrested to get us more loans?
I guess so, man. One of us has to get
Really?
arrested. Yeah.
Who's the president that did that?
Franklin
Roosevelt?
Delano Roosevelt. Yeah,
Roosevelt.
but Greg Abbott's in a wheelchair, but nobody knows it because he doesn't do the photo ops in a wheelchair. And he's I believe he's a very, very good governor. Very good governor.
What are the bad areas in Riverside? Looking to move there.
You want to move to a bad area? Are you dealing coke? What are you doing? And you're like, hey, I need to get to the area where I can sell some stuff.
Oh, he wants to know the bad areas so he can make money.
Oh, one of those guys, huh? Oh, look at the count. It's going up high.
So here's bad
Yeah.
areas in Riverside.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Downtown is always your issue. Always your issue. It attracts the most people.
Mm-hmm.
It attracts the most places for people to sleep and hide. It attracts the money.
Sleep and hide.
Well, okay. So if you're homeless,
Like they're hiding. They're like under the bridge and going, here I am.
so if you're not high and homeless, you probably don't want to be seen by people, right?
Here I am.
If you're high and homeless, you act like that.
So what am I?
If
Here
you're
I
not
am.
high and homeless,
Hey, dude, we got
There's a different-
The
there's
viewers
something-
are holding so it's
something
working.
going on. So are you high?
I don't know. No.
A little?
No.
Are you drunk?
I've got a lot of caffeine in me, man.
you
I'm all
drunk?
jacked up on freaking Mountain Dew.
What about drunk?
I'm all nope, not drunk. Not drunk. Anyway,
Prescription pills?
yes. So
Steroids.
Coachella. I live in Coachella.
Steroids? No,
Dude,
definitely not
I live in
steroids.
Coachella. Can you guys?
No, you don't. You live in Riverside.
According to this guy, he says Jose Valdez is. We're located live in Coachella. We are in Riverside, California, and we can help you in Coachella. Do a lot of loans in Coachella.
Can you guys help look?
I mean, look in Coachella. Be like,
You
hey,
want you to look in Coachella.
What's going on? Hey, hey.
I want you to look for them
Dude, there's a certain
Coachellas.
time I like when I go to Coachella. That's a pretty nice place to look. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Coachella
something-
has them Coachellas.
It's something, dude. All right, cool. What's going on from Phoenix?
Sharky serving.
Sharky, I like the name. Sharky serving. What you serving, Sharky? You serving? What you serving? What?
He means swerving.
Swerving. You gotta take one for the team. If you go to the jail, by the way, if you go to jail, well, very important thing that's you kind of don't know about until you've been through it, but you need to know that the cops are not always your friend.
And always have your cell phone charged.
Yes, always have your cell phone charged.
How do I know that? I don't know. I don't know why I know that.
Tell them the story when we got pulled over.
My friend
in
told
the
me.
truck.
My friend told me.
You can say it.
The
Go
whole
ahead.
story?
Yeah,
the
tell the
whole
story.
true
the whole
story?
story. Say it.
The
Out
whole
it.
thing?
Out the story, dude. Out the
Man.
story.
All right, so
What's
about
up, Latina?
20
Corey
years
Cash?
ago, about 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Maybe a
We're
little
going back.
less. Maybe 18, 17 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. 17 years ago.
We had started a company called High Desert Community, and we started a sister one called Inland Empire Community.
Okay.
So at this time, we were visiting businesses and trying to sell advertising and marketing pieces. And what we had created during this time was an online website where you could watch people from the comfort of your home online
20 years ago?
and chat with them and ask them questions.
20 years ago. Yeah. Oh God. Tell them. Oh God. This gets crazy.
You know, dude, look at
Dude,
chills.
this story gets
real chills. Real
this
chills.
story gets crazy.
Why do we not have billion-dollar checks, Lee?
I don't know.
We should be. Our name should be TikTok.
We should be Zuckerberg's.
We should have the Instagram.
We should be Zuckerberg's. What's
Anyway,
up, Poppy?
So
Big Jim, Jennifer.
So we created this platform where we're able to communicate online, chat with people. It's basically YouTube, Instagram. It's everything that we're on right now.
Yes.
Okay. But it was before all these platforms even existed. Okay. YouTube was actually around, but they weren't going live and it wasn't interactive.
Yeah.
But anyway, during this time, we did a promotion at a nightclub. Okay. Huge promotion. We actually partnered with Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, big. Oh, that's right.
Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
We partnered with Girls Gone Wild on this one, and they brought the big old bus, and we're doing the things that Girls Gone Wild was doing back then. If you guys don't know what Girls Gone Wild is, it was literally guys just walking around with video cameras and girls going, ah, all over the place. Okay.
We can get banned.
Anyway, so at this place, we needed a ton of equipment, and all the stuff was stored at Lee's
Thanks
place.
for the follow, David.
All the stuff was stored at Lee's place, so TVs, these big old trusses that you see at concerts, lights, just all this equipment. So Lee had this big old huge truck, so that's what we were using, and I was driving this vehicle during this time to transport the equipment.
Yes, he was.
So I went to Lee's place, picked up the vehicle, loaded it up, took it to the nightclub, to the event, which wasn't too far from Lee's house, probably 40 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
from Lee's house.
not close, but not far.
Yeah. We get to the club. We set everything up. Everyone gets there. There's actually a story before this.
Yeah.
Everyone gets there. And we're missing something. What were we missing? Do you remember? A camera, a TV.
Something.
We're missing something.
Yes.
And Lee's losing his shit.
What?
So he's like,
Lee doesn't lose
you
his
need to
shit.
go back and pick it up.
Lee doesn't lose his shit.
So I'm like,
For the record.
okay, let me go back and pick it up.
He doesn't lose his shit.
So I hop in his vehicle,
The big truck.
Big truck,
Truck.
and I proceed down the road. I'm literally probably 300 feet from the venue.
300 feet.
Not even on a real road.
Not on a road.
Yeah, it's like a, what do they call those frontage roads?
Yes, frontage
It's
road.
a frontage
Yes.
road and then the highway.
Yes.
So I'm about 300 feet from the nightclub and then boo, berries and cherries.
Dude, berries and cherries.
Woo! And I'm like, here we go. Okay. So they roll up on me and they're like, hey, license and registration. I'm like, here's my license. And I can't find a registration in this vehicle. And they're like,
oh, shit.
okay, wait here. I'm like, okay. So during this time, I knew this, but I didn't know the true intricacies. His vehicle is registered in New Mexico. Okay. Or Colorado.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah.
Either New Mexico or
I live
Colorado.
in New Mexico and Colorado and Texas and California.
So I get pulled over and they're like, hey, this vehicle's not registered. Hasn't been registered. And I'm like, well, it's for, it's
The way
actually,
my bank account works.
I'm like, well, during this time, I actually worked for Lee. Okay. So he had an insurance agency during this time or helped manage one, something like that. And we opened up a side company. So I knew a lot about him. I knew a lot, but I didn't know everything. Anyways, long story short, they said, you're getting a ticket and we're hooking up this car and we're taking it away. And I said, what? And then I called Lee and I'm like, hey man, they're impounding your vehicle. And he's like, what do you want me to do? Fight with a cop that's taking my car? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just telling you they're taking your vehicle. He's like, what were you doing? And I'm like, driving? He's like, and I'm like, why are you yelling at me? It's not even registered. So it's all this back and forth, So by surprise, they let us out. Do you know how they let us out?
How they let us out?
Boobs. Boobs. So Lee's significant other walks over there, and we're in a nightclub, guys. Do you guys know how females dress at a nightclub? Okay. Let's pretend that this is all naked. This is how they dress at a nightclub. Just covering a couple pieces.
Dude.
Okay. Anyway, so She walks up to the vehicle dressed like that, and the cops are like, "You can have everything you want. You can take the car. He's fine. It's all good.
Let me buy
Go
you a drink.
home.
Let me buy
Here,
you-
want me to buy you a drink?" Like, literally, that's how the cops are acting now. They were assholes to me, ready to take the vehicle, just pure jerks. As soon as a pretty girl with boobs walks up, everything changes. And her father happened to be a cop, too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she was
yeah,
like,
her
"Hey, my
dad's
dad's
a
a cop.
cop, yeah.
You probably know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep staring if you want. Just let the truck go." And that's what happened. That's literally what happened. $500 ticket, by the way. But that's it. That's the story. Anybody else? Any questions? Anybody want to buy a house?
Oh, anybody want to buy a house now? They now know we've been in jail. That you use boobs to get a truck out of jail. And we used to do nightclub gigs. What?
Yeah.
What?
Go figure. And
Yeah.
we were this before this
Yeah,
even existed.
Yes, we were this. It was pretty intense at the
Yeah,
time.
this true story, guys. We actually had an online platform just like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the platforms that we're broadcasting on right now before any of them had it. But the 2008 crash took us out.
Yeah, it was crazy. It
by
was
the legs.
crazy.
Took us out.
Crazy.
Got to take one for the team, Lee, says Austin.
Oh, what do we got? $11,000 Social Security income, SSDI 700 credit score, 0, DTI, no employment. What? What? Okay, Yuma, Arizona. So here's the thing. I've done loans with no employment, but I have to do something called depleting assets. And I have to give some type of residual income. So residual income means it's going to come in every month no matter what. So what I used was a SPIA. That's a single premium immediate annuity. And I SPIA'd a certain amount of money for $3,000 a month so that I can create a stream of income at $3,000 a month. And I got the person qualified. He bought a $600,000 house that's currently worth $1.2 million. Good friend of mine. It is a crazy situation. But we were 310. Why you guys shared the live video? Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate you on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook.
Navy Mom said you guys should take the people with their questions.
Okay, let's talk to people with the questions. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, what does that mean? Navy Mom, can you tell us what that means? Yuma says, I want a fourplex. Here's the good news about a fourplex, Yuma. If you get a fourplex, and you can find one, you have to live in the primary one if you go FHA or conventional. And then you can use the other three in order to justify income. So we use something called Rent-A-Meter. You can go rentameter.com, and they'll tell you what the rents are in that area. You're up.
Can you pay for the down payment with a 401k? Yes, you can. So 401k, all you're doing with 401k is moving it from one investment to another. So you can pay for your down payment, your closing costs with that 401k. Here's what I'm going to recommend if that's what you want to do. Is call your 401k company and figure out how much you can access. Because when you call me, you're going to say, well, I have $20,000 in there, but I don't know if you can access that full 20.
Yeah.
So figure out how much you can access. And then the second question right behind it is, when you do request that money, how long does it take to get?
Thank you for the balloons. We appreciate the balloons. We love the balloons. Thank you for balloons.
Figure out how much you can get. Figure out how long it takes to get it. Because some companies takes 48 hours. Some take 3 weeks. And if you need to close in 2 weeks, that's a week late, could have problems.
That's called terms of withdrawal. And by the way, balloons are on Instagram. TikTok has a lot of weird, cool stuff. Like all of a sudden we'll get hearts and hammers and hats and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I don't think Facebook does anything. They don't give us anything.
Facebook sucks.
Yeah, on YouTube I haven't really got anything else either. But on Instagram and on TikTok, we get something cool from both of these guys. Cool. So for the down payment, okay, go ahead.
If you have cash, how long do you need to put it in the bank to have it seasoned?
So that's pretty simple. It's 60 days as a rule, unless you can source it. Now, let's say that 6 months ago you took out $10,000 in cash, and you show the little thing that says, I took out $10,000 in cash. And then you put $10,000 in cash back in. You can source that. But if it's all over the place, I took $300 out here, my buddy paid me, I got $20 here, oh, I found an extra $100 here, and all that, you can't source it, then we can't use it. But if you can source it, we can use it, even cash. And people think it's cash. And it's not deposits, by the way. Somebody who wins the lottery yesterday or got a $30,000 bonus from work, If I can source that $30,000 bonus, I can use it. I can use it right now. All we're looking for is sourcing. They're not afraid of cash. They want the sourcing of the cash, so it can be used.
I'll give you a perfect example of that. So we're in escrow right now on a guy that got an inheritance.
What?
So he had money before, but he got like $500,000. Like boom, out of nowhere.
Right.
He got, before he even had the money deposited. We were working on his pre-qual, just based on what he said.
Okay.
By the time we were done with the pre-qual, the money was deposited. He's in escrow already.
Yep.
Happens
And you
that
can
fast.
use that easy. It's not like, hey, I have to season an investment. The minute it comes in, if I can source the funds from anywhere, I can use it. SSI plus SSDI does not require me to file taxes on no tax returns. So, is that okay? Is that okay for what? Is that okay? You don't need.
I think he's asking, is it usable still?
Yes, it is usable in most events, but SSDI can be permanent or it can be temporary. If it's temporary, I cannot use it.
Nardos.
If it's permanent, I can use it. So sometimes you'll get on disability for a little while because you hurt your back. Oh, I hurt my back. But the doctor says, hey, in about 6 months to a year, you're going to be perfect. You're going to be good, and then we can't use it. But once it's been signed off by a doctor and everything, and then boom, it says, and on the paperwork it says permanent. At that point, I'm able to use it. And one more thing, the reason you didn't have to file taxes is because it's non-taxable. The banking industry deals with non-taxable by allowing us to gross it up. So you got to raise. You not only gross it up, you can gross it up usually 25%, sometimes 15%. But if let's say just make $2,000, if I gross that at 25%, you make $2,500 now. So I'm able to use $2,500 towards your buying power and get you the house. What do you
All right, guys, more questions on mortgages. Let us know what you want to know
Where
about
are you at, baby girl? Where are you at?
Yeah, city and state, guys.
That sounded weird.
City, you think
It's baby
Yuma-
girl Angie. Baby girl Angie, where you
yeah.
at? Yeah. Where you at? Where you guys at?
City and state and questions for mortgages, guys.
Yeah,
This is
and if
what
you
we
want to
need
throw
know.
us some balloons on Instagram, or if you want to throw us some hearts on Facebook, double tap, share the live, whatever you want to do, we're going to help you buy a house and get rich.
So the governor in Texas took it upon himself to enforce immigration laws.
Yuma, Arizona. Love Yuma.
So when it comes, oh yeah, Yuma, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So when it comes to each individual state, they have the ability to protect their own borders, but it is ultimately the federal government's job to protect the borders that protect
King
the
Alpha,
country.
what's up? I dig the name. It's like, hey, I'm an alpha. Not only am I the alpha, I'm the King Alpha. I love that.
Well, Margaret Thatcher said, if you're a lady, you got to tell people that you're a lady, you're probably not. So if you have to
She
tell
didn't say
people you're the
probably
king
not. She
off,
says you're not.
if you tell people you're the king and then the alpha, you're probably not.
Dude, why are you insane King Alpha? He's joining us to watch what we're going
I'm
on.
giving him some
wants to help-
advice, man.
wants
Maybe
to-
he doesn't even know
He
who
wants
Margaret
to figure
Thatcher
out how
is.
to buy a house.
Just because you went to school with her doesn't mean that we all know who Margaret Thatcher is. Okay?
Who's Margaret Thatcher?
She was the prime minister of England years ago. During the Reagan administration.
Not the Queen?
Not the Queen.
The Prime Minister? What's the
Prime
difference
Minister.
between a Prime Minister and a Queen?
Very easy. The
Tell me.
Queen gets to do whatever the fuck she wants, whenever she wants.
Damn.
And the Prime Minister has a job.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a pretty good assessment. That's a pretty good assessment. Cool. Hello from Prescott Valley, Arizona.
PV!
I've never purchased a home before. 2024 may be the year. It is going to be your year.
Miss Conchas.
Yes, you got to have a good attitude to start, and then you got to get your credit pulled, and we have to figure out your income, and then we figure out a plan on how we get you the house. So 24 is going to be the year in Prescott, Arizona. Let's make it happen.
Question.
Done. Go.
Miss Conchas.
Yes.
What's a Conchas?
Dude, you're going to get us banned
I
again.
think it's that Mexican bread.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know that. I think it's that. Yes. Well, I don't know if that's yes to me, though.
King Alpha, working on a down payment. Then I'm calling you guys. I'm in Florida. Hey, you might be able to get away with a Florida down payment assistance program. They actually have a few of them. So we're going into it's usually driven by county, state, then county. And we'll look into your county and figure out whether or not we can get you a home with zero down. If not, then we can actually give you the path on how to get that house.
Yep, I told you it's the bread. It's the bread. So, Miss Conchas, do you make the bread, or do you just like it a lot that you named yourself that? And y'all work in all states? Ask Robbie. Yes. All states except
New York. We don't work in New York, but we're trying to get everybody in New York to move to New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Yeah. So we're going to try and get everybody in New York to go, hey, you know what? I know those nice city lights and Broadway, all that fun stuff, the pizza, but then just move to New Jersey, same thing. Exact same thing.
Dude, Marquise is in the house.
Oh, in the house.
He's King Alpha.
All right. What's up, Marquise?
No, I don't make it. My last name is Conchos. Oh, okay. Got it.
So, what else? You were talking about Governor Abbott.
Yeah, Governor Greg Abbott. Okay, so he took it upon himself to enforce the immigration laws inside of Texas, which he has the power to do, and I totally support it. There's just one little piece that I'm not so clear on, and the news puts out data to make me upset. I guarantee it. They're like, what are we going to do to mess with Chris Dominguez today?
You think they're?
Absolutely, man.
They're all gathering together in the back somewhere going, how do we piss off Chris Dominguez right now? How do we piss him off right now?
These billions of people that are paying attention to me right now. You see these guys, including Robbie and Yuma.
Oh, Yuma wants to know, how can excessive hard inquiries affect my mortgage? Yes, they can.
Whoa. Affect a current mortgage? Or a mortgage you're going to get?
Probably a mortgage you're going to get. That's what I think they're going after.
Oh, she said a mortgage.
A current mortgage, no. Nobody cares. But trying to get a mortgage, if you're pulling out...
Pending.
If you are pulling your credit by a bunch of stuff, that means that you're about to run a lot of credit cards, and it can hurt your debt-to-income ratio. So, yes, it hurts you a lot. Not a little bit, a lot.
I'm gonna give you my piece on that one now.
Okay, go.
Here we go. So inquiries. What is an inquiry, guys? An inquiry means that someone looked at your credit. And if you have crappy credit that's trending negatively, and someone pulls your credit on January, it's going to be bad. On February, probably going to be worse. June, probably going to be even worse. But if you have a bunch of inquiries and you have good credit and it's trending up, and you pull it in January and it's trending up, well, it's going to be up in February. If it's trending up, then it's going to be up in June. So how you operate your credit, if you operate it like crap, it's going to be crap. The inquiry is going to mess with you. But if you operate it good, then it's going to be fine. Inquiries won't mess with you. So it depends on what you guys are doing.
I think we're thinking about selling our home a little bit and buying some land in Arkansas. Well, I actually helped some people get a house in Mena, Arkansas, and it's beautiful there. Absolutely beautiful. Your dollar goes a long way, and it's a very right to work state. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Red state. You can carry a gun state.
America.
Yeah, America state.
Very
yeah,
America.
very America. So Arkansas, pretty cool situation.
Yeah, an offer accepted. What happens if the appraisal is lower than the final sales price?
Okay, user 1630. I don't know if you're ours, but we just had that happen. And here's something that you need to know if you're the buyer. This is actually a good thing. It's a good thing. Here's why. Everybody wants to make a commission. The selling agent wants to make a commission. The buying agent wants to make a commission. Well, the escrow wants to make a commission. The notary wants to make some money. The bank wants to make a commission. You know who they all want to make it off of? The buyer. The buyer. You can say the seller, but the buyer's writing the check. So there's somebody inside of this whole scenario that doesn't have a dog in the hunt, and they're not trying to make a commission because they get paid no matter what. And that's the appraiser. So the appraiser comes in and goes, hey, listen, y'all want to make some money off this person. We're cool with that. But you're saying this is worth $500,000. And you know what? After I've assessed everything in the whole world, it's not worth $500,000. It's worth $470,000. So y'all can make your commission, but you can't make it off of her back or his back, whoever. But you can't make it off of their back because I'm only putting the value at $470,000. So now, if you all agree on the $470,000, then we're good to go. You can make your commissions. Buyer gets their house, seller gets to sell, everybody. But there's that one person in the equation that's designed to protect the buyer. But it doesn't sound that way. When it comes in low, you go, oh my God, I'm going to lose my house. But here's the good news. FHA has already dealt with this, and so is VA. Conventional is a little different, but FHA and VA, they say, hey, listen, if a licensed appraiser comes in and appraises this property, that appraisal sticks with the property for 6 months. 6 months. So it doesn't matter if you go, all right, I'll get another buyer. The appraisal is going to stick because they have a FHA case number and a VA case number. There's a little bit of an exception on a conventional, but it's not that far off. So this is actually designed to protect the buyer. It's actually good, but it doesn't sound good when you hear it. You're like, oh my God, it came in too low. And I was a brand new loan officer when I learned this. I went into my manager and I'm like, hey, this appraisal came in low. Oh my God, how do I get it up? And he looked at me and goes, why would you want to make your buyer pay more for a house than it's actually worth? And I sat there stunned for a second and I said, I'm going to go back to my little cubicle. I had a cubicle back then. I'm going to go back to my little cubicle and think about that before I give you an answer, because I can't come up with a real good answer right now.
So here's the deal, guys. When it comes to appraisals, when it comes to real estate, pretty much everyone in the transaction is a licensed professional. You're not hiring the ice cream man. You're not hiring the dog walker. You're hiring someone that's went to school for this, that knows this better than the agent, better than the loan officer, better than escrow, better than the seller's opinion, better than everything, okay? Plus, here's another thing that's happening, is that the market's so tight that a lot of real estate professionals are telling the sellers whatever they want to hear. Well, I'm only going to give you my contract if you sell my house for $600,000. And we know what the agent's going to say if they're struggling? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then you get a buyer in place, and then the house comes in low, and then the seller's upset because they're like, hey, why is it low? And then the agent's like, I don't know, and everyone's scrambling. So real pros know what they're doing, guys.
And the truth is, the listing agent, if there's a good listing agent, they ran comps. Comps are what did like houses sell for recently, not 10 years ago or 2 years from now. What do they sell for recently? And the comps, if you have a good realtor, they know what it comps at. And if you have a good buyer's agent, they know it's going to come in low.
What if what if the listing agent says, hey, do your lenders have a good relationship with the appraisers?
I love that. We get that all the time.
What does that mean?
Hey, that means that
you're overpriced.
You way overpriced it. And then the next question that we ask is there going to be an appraisal issue?
No.
I don't think so. It's all fine. That's fine. That's not.
Do we have an appraisal issue?
Do we have an appraisal issue? We get them all the time, and everybody's trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. And there used to be a day back in 2008 when the lender, the loan officer like we are, you could actually talk to the appraiser and say, hey, bro, I know you're probably going to give me $470, but how about you give me $500 and I take you to dinner this weekend? That was happening. But they actually made it illegal for the loan officer. No, they made it illegal for loan officers
I like dinner.
to talk to the appraisers. They actually have to use something called an AMC. That's an appraisal management company. And once the transaction starts, the loan officer has to communicate with the appraiser via the AMC. They can't communicate directly. So very strange situation, but it's not bad. It's not all bad.
I like dinner. Why didn't you ever take me to dinner?
Dude, you're weird.
Yes, facts.
You're so weird, yeah.
If you close a bank account willingly, will it affect your credit? Ask King Alpha. Unwillingly. So I think willingly.
Yeah,
willingly.
well, a bank account doesn't even show up on credit. A credit card does. A secured credit card does. Any type of credit does, but a bank account doesn't. So the answer is no. If you got a different question, ask the different question.
Jillian or J. Villanueva 83. Can an 18-year-old buy a house with his parents' income? So I think what you're asking is, can the parents buy their kid a house? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All day long.
Absolutely.
Happens all the time. You should. The guidelines want you to have some type of contribution to it. I've seen it where they want 10%, but that's not a hard and fast rule. Because, like, let's say you're buying a $500,000 house and mom and dad are paying for everything. Well, this should be mom and dad's house. Unless the kids just started their career and they're making some money and they can contribute something, and mom and dad say, hey, listen, we're going to help our kid out. Cool. That can happen if you're going to be the lead person on the note and on the deed. Then the underwriters are going to want to see that you make some kind of contribution to the household.
So we got to move a little fast here because we got a bunch of questions and we're running out of time, guys.
Great, man.
Running out of time. Yeah. How about if all three credit bureaus have a security freeze and fraud alert? Can those cause issues?
No, not really. In order for us to pull credit, you have to remove the freeze and the fraud alert, and then you can put it back.
Oh, she said that we rock.
We're here. Hey, if you want us to compete, we will.
Oh, just tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
So here's the thing. when you get a loan, the most important thing that's going to affect your overall payment for 30 years, by the way, that's the important part. 30 years. If you don't refinance, it's 30 years for most people, is going to be your interest rate. And when your loan officer puts together the package, they have to give you an interest rate. If it's not a locked rate, then it can float up and down, and depends on what type of loan officer you chose. You could have chosen a broker who's going to make his money on points on the front, on the back, on fees. There's a bunch of different ways that brokers do it. Or you can choose a direct lender, and a direct lender is set. We're direct lenders. We have the ability to broker. But here's the thing. Right as soon as you get into escrow, you've got this time period where you can shop your loan and it won't hurt you. And if you've got a good skilled loan officer to tell you, they can say, hey, listen, I can save you $200 a month by doing this. And it's a strategy. And $200 a month maybe doesn't sound like a lot. It is kind of a lot, because if you do $200 a month times 12 months, well, that's $2,400. Well, if you do that times 10 years, well, that's $24,000. But you have to do that 3 times because they're 30 years. That's $75,000. So $200 a month turns into $75,000 like that. And it's just the adjustment in interest rate. That's simple. Go ahead.
Can I sell my house if it's a quit claim deed? So this is a little out of my scope, but I'm going to say no, because quit claim isn't going to do a full transfer. Quit claim is just going to change who's on title for the moment. So that's going to be my answer. What do you say?
I'm going to go a little deeper than that. It's going to depend if you have a note on it. If you have any encumbrance on the house at all, then you are going to have title issues. And that's why you have title insurance. But if there are no encumbrances, no liens, no nothing, and you just got quit claim the house, you own the house. So you can sell it. But you have to make sure it's free of encumbrances. Somebody invite us to join the live. Let's accept it.
No, they're saying invite them.
Oh,
so you just invited them.
All right. Okay, what's up, my man?
I don't think he knows.
Do you know you're live with us? We can't hear you.
Maybe your volume is down.
Okay. All right, no worries. How do we end it? What's up? Okay. We're trying to go live with people. What do you got for us? All right. I don't know how to get. Can you hear him? Okay. I have to.
You might be able to listen to it there. Turn that volume up. Hold on, we're trying to figure this out.
We're trying to figure it out. We'll get it. We'll get it. You want to buy a house, man? Oh, we're somebody wants to. You're trying to buy a house? Oh, dude, we just went head to head. We're fighting now. Are we fighting? If we're fighting, we don't know how to do this, man. I'm like a UFC guy the first time in a ring, and I'm like, hey, I'm strong, so I'm gonna be able to win this UFC fight. But the truth is, if you don't know how to fight, you're gonna get torn apart.
He said, where are you from?
Oh, where are we from? We're from California.
Where are you?
Where are you from?
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Right now?
What do we? I don't know what we're doing here. We're going live with you, or I think we're doing some kind of contest. Oh, maybe if I turn this volume up.
What? I don't know what's happening.
Oh shit!
Was another one? Someone else came in.
Are we winning?
There's 4 people on here.
I don't know. There's a lot of people on here. This is way too much stuff going on here. This is hurting my brain. I think we're winning though. 6. What do we got? We got some hearts going. I don't know what all this is, but it looks like we're winning. Oh, dude, this is crazy. All right. We got all kinds of hearts going on. We got stuff. We don't know what's going on. We teach you how to buy a house in America. Do you want to buy a house in America? We're loan officers. You want to buy some property in America? We're here to help you. I don't know what's going on, dude. What do we do? Okay, we're new at this. Oh, we got 19 seconds, right? Or is that 1 minute and 19 seconds? I don't know. It looks like the red is there, and we're doing something. Swipe to close. We don't know what's happening. Okay, we got. Oh, you're about to end the live. Don't do that. So, can you increase the volume so we can hear him at least? Dude, it looks like you're taking the whole world upside down. Hey, we're trying to win the hard way. Okay. So what is the red line and the blue line? Do you guys speak English? Do we? Oh, I don't think they speak English. I don't think we speak English. Yeah, I don't think they're speaking a different language. It's hard for us to disconnect from the live. Don't do that. Okay, you guys, we're trying to figure out this live thing, and we're getting somebody from Pakistan, I think. Where are you guys from? Is that Spanish? ¿Dónde? Okay. We got 12, whatever. I think we're the red side and they're the blue side, and we're winning. Whatever this is, we're winning. And then we got 1 minute 33, 32 seconds, 31. Contributor ranking. Okay, so I don't know if we're winning. It looks like we're winning. Okay, if you're watching us on Instagram, this is really weird for you, and we don't know what the heck's going on here.
I'm looking at this one.
Yeah. It's just Chris is just looking at you, and we're over here trying to figure stuff out. How do you cancel this thing? No, don't. Okay, so if we want to cancel the battle, what do we do? How much time do we have left? Is that 30 seconds? 49 seconds?
Left? No, it's just
At the top. 45 seconds. We're battling as some sort of battling. Are you giving up on it?
Yeah, go ahead. Your turn. Okay, my turn. Just watching the viewership drop every single second.
I know, me too.
So you guys want to know about home loans? No, we're not in Arizona, Miss Conchas. We are in California. Okay, let's see what we got here, guys. I'm going to start answering these real estate questions.
Oh, there's somebody who talks English. We're winning the match.
We're winning?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Does that mean we're badass? Merca! Merca!
Where are you from? Where are you from?
My sister-in-law just stopped paying their mortgage. She said something about the variable rate loan.
We got a victory lap. We won. I have no idea what that is. How do we close that shit? Okay.
Oh, are they gone?
I don't know.
They're gone. You just hit back. And we're back.
Okay.
All right, guys.
That was
So
weird.
back to the questions.
Yeah, we won. Whatever we were doing, we beat. We won. So yay! Back. Okay, cool.
No, not with you guys. Okay,
You guys
can I
rock. I
sell quick
appreciate
claim?
you. Can we sell my house quickly? We already did that. Sounds good. Thank you for the info.
So
Cool, good to go.
Almeneco Gomez, my sister-in-law just stopped paying for her mortgage. She said something about a variable rate loan. What's the variable rate loan? Okay, so you're talking about your interest rate that adjusts. It's an adjustable rate mortgages, I think, is what you're talking about. So periodically, depending on the type of loan she received, the loan's probably adjusting up to the new rate, which is increasing her mortgage payment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the loan that she chose, and if she stops paying her mortgage payment, she could lose her house. So probably going to want to have her call me.
Yeah. Here.
Commercial time.
If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. Chris and Lee are at New American Funding, and they are badass loan officers. Be sure and screenshot this because it will leave in 3, 2, 1, bye. Special effects.
Kip Shelton said, "What is going on?"
Oh, dude, we got crazy.
Awesome.
And what's up, Kip Shelton in the house? Kip Shelton. How do you protect yourself from a bad real estate agent, or a bad loan officer? Very good question.
Let's do the commercial again.
Yeah. If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. So
See,
here's one of the things. There's a lot of people that join real estate and they don't know anything. And there's a lot of loan officers that join real estate and they don't know anything. So you really have to really do a lot of due diligence on this. And a real simple test is, are these people willing to put themselves out there? One of the things I've learned is if you have a good loan officer, a good one, they're not afraid to put it out there. Like, we're put it out there. We're quoting guidelines all the time. We are rarely wrong. Rarely. Because we know what we're talking about. We close loans. And we've dealt with a lot of problems. If somebody's not willing to put it out there, or they have to continually go back and figure something out, or check the guidelines, or, hey, I have to research that. I have to get back to that. I have to get back to that. You may be dealing with somebody inexperienced. Now, dealing with somebody inexperienced is not necessarily bad. It's not the best, but if they have a good manager, if they have a good mentor or manager, and when I bring a brand new loan officer on, one of the first things I tell them is, hey, it's going to be 10 years before you really know what you're doing. And for the first 2 or 3 years that you're with me, I'm just going to make sure your clients don't get hurt. That's the big deal. And how do they get hurt? By sending them qualified when they're not qualified. By a realtor, if you get a brand new realtor who's a cousin who just got their real estate license, which we hear all the time.
Don't use them.
Don't use them. No.
You want to help
It
them.
is bad news.
Don't use them.
Yeah, bad news.
Kip Shelton said, what's the mansion tax in L.A.?
Dude, mansion tax is crazy.
It's Gavin Newsom's slush fund. That's what that is.
Crazy.
It's so that he can afford to buy his diamond-crusted
Hair gel?
hair gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, something stupid like that.
It's
Fucking
made
idiot.
out of gold.
Can you believe that this guy likes him?
Put some gold up. Can you mint some gold up? Put some diamonds in there. I want to put on my hair.
So for those of you that don't know, Los Angeles and California does have something. California actually has something called a mansion tax, which is an extra tax that you pay when you sell a really expensive home. I think it's over 2.5 million or something like that. I forget the line.
Yeah,
but it's an extra tax. California is full of that shit. Are you in Arizona? Nope, we're in California.
We're in California, but we do work in Arizona. We do a lot of loans in Arizona. In fact, we work with a realtor named Karen Dazala. If you don't have a great realtor in Arizona, Karen Dazala is a great realtor, top producing realtor in Arizona. And she's actually did a podcast with us. She goes back and forth between California and Arizona like all the time. So, yes, we do loans in Arizona.
Sweet. You said it's TikTok battle. Laughed my ass off. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were TikTok battling and we won. But it's kind of like when you get into the UFC ring for the first time and somebody goes, hey, I can bend your arm this way. And you're like, it doesn't bend that way. Yeah, that was us.
Dude, Team Sanchez says he wanted to get pre-approved. You didn't pre-approve him?
Dude, we're ready to pre-approve you right now, Team Sanchez.
No, not him. He's talking about the guy you're battling.
Oh, the battling? Oh, he was in a different country.
You didn't even get his Social Security number, man.
He's in.
You didn't even get his last 2 years of W-2s.
That's a good point. Yeah. You know what? I didn't come to the battle prepared, I guess.
You did not, man. You went to the
what
battle
happened?
and straight
I was like,
lost.
No, I won. I even got a victory lap. I don't know what that means, but I got to take
Show
a
me the
victory lap.
commissions.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah. Speaking of loser, you know who can't be on the Colorado ballot at the moment? President Trump.
Fake news.
President Trump
Fake
can't
news.
be on. I text the question.
Patty Cakes.
Who's Patty Cakes? Patty Cakes.
She did it twice. Okay,
Oh.
so here's the rules, guys. Got to explain the rules every time. So if you text us or call us, we can't answer it right now because this live is more important than anything right now.
Yeah, you may have a text here. As soon as we're done, we'll be able to answer it. You can ask on whatever platform you're on. If you're on Instagram, we're watching you. If you're on TikTok, we're watching you. If you're on Facebook, we're watching you. If we're on YouTube, we're watching you. See, we see Kip Shelton asking questions.
He said Karen is awesome.
He said Karen is awesome. There's another person, and that's on Facebook.
And Patty Kid
on
said, oh, thanks.
Instagram, we got Navy Mom who's asking some really good questions. She always asks great questions. On TikTok, we got a bunch of good stuff. We actually did a battle, which was really weird. And then on YouTube,
Kendall
we got
Jenner.
shit.
Kendall Jenner's asking me questions. She's always bothering me. She's
Yeah.
always Kendall Jenner, relax.
I'll get to you when we're done with the live. Yeah.
Selena Gomez, too. Selena Gomez is always like, Chris. And I'm like, go away.
Go away. The seven god. Dude, you're the god of sevens? That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
If you ever need a 7, you got to go to him.
Hmm.
You're like, hey,
1, 2, 3,
I
4,
wanna-
5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, you're gonna skip 7s if you don't go to that God there, dude. You got the 7 God.
So in Texas, Leo's gonna get arrested
What'd I get arrested for?
being brown.
I'm gonna get arrested for being brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be brown a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So are you.
I'm not in Texas.
You're neither am I.
I don't live in Texas.
You're right.
I don't
You
visit Texas.
Yeah.
I don't go to Texas.
Okay.
Greg Abbott's gonna arrest you. He's gonna roll up on you like this. Pull over!
Dude, you're gonna get us banned again. You're gonna get us banned. You can't.
He's gonna roll up
you
on
can't
you.
say stuff like
Roll
that. You
up.
cannot say stuff like that.
Rolling in my 5.0.
Dude, with my rag top down so my
A1A.
hair can blow. So what do we got? What else we got?
Greg Abbott. We got the movie from this weekend that I watched, Leave the World Behind. Just a.
There's
liberal-
another one. There's a part 2. Well, it's not really a part 2,
No.
but there's another one coming
Is
out.
it Obama produced?
Yes,
Really?
it's coming out. This this is one of a next, and the next one is coming out. I think it's in April 24th.
So if you don't have a job, have blue hair, if you don't care about human rights, if you don't pay taxes, and you vote left, he'll probably hire you guys. So you might want to put in an application to be in that movie.
That was a lot.
What's a long
There's
list?
a lot
Obama
going on
doesn't
there.
hire just anybody.
That was a lot going on.
I'll let you know
there.
that right
Yeah,
now.
that was a lot
And
going
neither
on
does
there.
his husband Michael. So anyway, back to the
Damn,
TikTok questions.
It took me a second to process that one.
What do you mean, Big Mike?
Yeah. What do we got? Okay, somebody wants to know, how do I buy with 0 down? Real simple.
Here we go.
You call us.
Boom.
That's it.
How do they do that? How do
Yeah.
they do it?
If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer at New American Funding. Kristen Lee, badass loan officers. Here's their phone number. It will disappear in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
All right, so
Okay, cool.
everybody that's out there, all the millions of fans,
Millions.
what should you have done when you seen this?
Screenshot. He's a jerk, dude. You're messing that pause game off. Can you pause alive? I don't think you pause alive.
Dude, I'm the worst at that pause game bullshit.
Are you?
I'm the worst.
So why would you play pause game?
I do for hours and hours on end. I'm trying to get better.
You're like, pause.
Trying to get
I
better.
missed it. Pause. I missed it. Let's see. 3, 2. I missed it. Too early.
So
Too
like,
late.
why do I
What?
have 9 million views?
They're likes. No, those are likes, dude. That's how they get the heart moving.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about either. Okay, cool. So,
You ready?
Yeah, we're getting close to the end.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate you guys.
Whoa,
We're trying to get
confetti!
you guys confetti. Thank you, confetti.
Whoever did that.
On Instagram. It was on Instagram. So we did a battle. We got balloons. We got confetti. We got hearts. We got roses. We got everything. This has been.
And going to get arrested when Lee goes to Texas.
We're going to get. No, we're not.
Not we, you.
No.
Just don't drive your truck. It's not registered.
Okay. We've been Chris and Lee. We appreciate you. We're gone.
I'm Chris. That's Lee. All ended.
Dude, we battled.
Some Middle Eastern guy. Hi, Patricia. Period. When was your bankruptcy? Discharged? Question mark. And when did your loan modification get completed? Question mark. He text you? Yeah, it's bullshit. He's like, hey, I just need a good can of modification. Can I refund?
Hurry, give me some money. Give me some money. Yeah. The plug that in?
This?
Yeah.
I'll just plug the other one in.
That's fine.
Where's the other piece?
Fuck everything.
I'll just pour some water in your computer.
I was about to.
They always work better when you do that.
Yeah, I know. Something.
They move faster. I don't know why.
I was thinking that same thing. Just take your D&D off.